Amen Thompson talked about how efficient Jabari Smith Jr. was. Murph, tonight, he took 14 shots, made 10 of his shots from the floor, 10 for 14 shooting tonight for Amen Thompson.
Yeah, but you know what he does every night? He takes what the defense gives him. They open up that seam, and he gets through there as fast as anybody I've seen with the ball. He's not looking to take a lot of shots. He's looking to take quality shots, and he's getting better from the outside, as you've seen the last couple of games with his threes. But what he'd rather do is get middle distance and to the basket.
Yeah, he's got a big, strong body. And can fit. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. Has body control once he gets up in the air, and that helps him finish at the rim. And if you back off of him, he'll do that too. Stopping.
You know what's interesting is defense try to determine what kind of game he plays. Every night it's a different game. It's based on what the defense allows him to do.
Goes to the offensive glass as well. Good complete win here tonight for the Rockets. As I said, they go 14-3 here at Toyota Center with one more left to play. And it's going to be an important one, too, as the San Antonio Spurs will come to town on Tuesday. More to come here on the postgame show. Well, we talked about how important this homestand is, playing three of the four teams ahead of you as far as the Western Conference is concerned. You'll see the San Antonio Spurs not once, but twice over the next, 9 days or so, 10 days or so. One more here at home for the Rockets and go out on the road to Philadelphia. Then they'll head to Detroit. Then they come back home for 3 out of 4 at home. And you're going to see the Rockets a lot here, taking on Memphis, then San Antonio, then quick trip to Atlanta and back home for the Dallas Mavericks. So no time like the present. That's how you wrap up the month of January. That game against the San Antonio Spurs, game number 41 of the season, Murph. So we will hit the halfway mark on Tuesday night.
Well, what you want to do, obviously, is to win, especially they're getting close down going to the All-Star weekend. So you always want to end up strong the first half of the season, get some rest, and come back when the season starts again and take it from there.
Yep. Historic night tonight for Kevin Durant. Let's hear from him.
Kevin, obviously a great win and a big night for you, moving 6th on the NBA all-time leading scorer list. Congratulations. What does that accomplishment mean to you? And I know you really respect Dirk.
Yeah. It means a great deal to be around the league for this long. I mean, it takes for you to play 1,000+ games for you to be in this category at least. So grateful for all of the people that have helped me play this many games, coaches, friends, family that invested in my game. You know how it goes. Without them, without the village, I wouldn't be here. I don't do anything on my own. Never have, never will. So it's great to kind of celebrate that with them, getting texts and calls from friends and family already, and just being so excited for me. So to have a quick little celebration with people that watched me from the beginning, people that have followed my career once I got into the NBA, to celebrate with them a little bit is pretty cool. To be up there, with Dirk, like I said earlier, somebody I look up to, I idolized, competed against. We had some great battles. He always was supportive of my career and my game. So, to be up there with a legend like that is just insane. And be right underneath Michael Jordan. It's crazy, man. I always dreamt about being in the league and being a superstar level player and all of this, but you never know exactly how your career is going to go. So I'm happy it's going this way. I want to continue to keep stacking, keep climbing up the charts, just to see how I finish. It's going to be, it's been amazing thus far.
Just for your overall career, how would you describe the most important thing to you in terms of like the consistency and what it takes to get to that level?
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing to me as I gotten older is just showing up, like being there, being in the gym, coming to practice, giving my all every day I step on the court and letting the chips fall where they may, So I try to keep it simple and just show up as much as I can.
And obviously, you got a great deal of respect for Wilt. You talked about that when you passed him. But does this one feel a little different just because you got to watch Dirk and you got to compete against him for all of those years and you know exactly what that looked like?
Yeah, most definitely. And not just compete against Dirk, like I played against him on his route to his first championship. Played against them the next season after they're trying to defend their title. So we've had some real meaningful battles, not just regular season games. So there's times going into a series I hated Dirk. You know what I'm saying? The throw was vice versa, and and then for him to kill us in these series, and it's just so demoralizing playing against a player like that. And I always say I wanted to be that respected. I wanted to be that revered by my teammates, by city, by media, by everybody who watches the game. I felt like Dirk was an embodiment of that, and I try to emulate as much as I can all the great players. But I took a little bit from Dirk, and, a lot from Dirk actually. He knows. One of my trainers were good friends with Dirk. He was a rookie. Played one season in the NBA. Was a rookie with Dirk. So he learned a lot from him, and I was able to take some of his stuff and incorporate it into my routine. So I'm very grateful for Dirk, Holger, what they brought to the game, because without them, I wouldn't have seen the game from this perspective. So he means a lot to me, man.
Kevin, earlier this season, you talked about growing up and wanting to play with the older kids and being a real student for the game. So I wanted to take a page out of Vanessa's book. What would you say to that kid now that he's the 6th all-time leading scorer in the NBA?
Man, stay confident, stay at it, It's easy to quit, to be honest. It's easy to quit. It's easy to have a rough patch and then say, you know what, I'm going to try something else, So it's up to my young self to just stay with it. The tough days don't last too long. You're not as great as you think you are. You're not as bad as you think you are, So I wish I'd have had that mentality a little earlier, but it all worked out for the best.
Kevin, what was it like to see Dirk's message up there on the video board? And, late in the game, it obviously came down to those last 2 free throws.
Yeah.
Were you kind of aware of that? And what was your mindset when you stepped into the line there?
Yeah, I was aware. I mean, I felt like I could have got that over with earlier in the game. I missed some good looks, especially the three-point line. I was just missing. Just didn't feel in good rhythm shooting it. But glad I got it out the way. I like that. I like Dirk's first sentence. It's like I don't enjoy that he's passing me up, but that competitive spirit that he brings. You could tell that he wish he can get back out there and hoop and keep rising up the charts as well. But like I said, somebody that I played against, somebody that I look up to, for him to take time out of his day to send me a message on passing him and on the charts is pretty cool. It speaks to how humble Dirk is.
Kevin, you've been really just climbing the ladder recently. You passed Walt recently, and today is Dirk and Michael Jordan. If you do what you're supposed to do, Michael Jordan will be end of the season, maybe like late March. I'm really curious about when you go all the steps, step by step. Does it feel different, especially right now when you watching Michael Jordan is right there, the position for you to take? What was the feeling?
Yes, it's surreal sometimes, but it also feels like I'm supposed to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? When I first came into the league, my second, third year, I showed that I can play on this level and not just be any type of player, but I showed that I can be a main factor in every game that I play in. So knowing that at my second, third year in the league, I just wanted to continue to maintain that level of play and not fall off at all. I wanted to see how long I could do that for. And that's usually what I'm aiming towards, is staying at an elite level for as long as I can. And that's what happens. That's what a lot of these great players in this top 10 scoring, any list, rebounds, assists, blocks, like these guys played for a long time and at that highest level, So that's really what I try to take from it all.
Kevin, what's it like kind of sharing some of these moments, like passing Wilt, passing Dirk, with some of your younger teammates, guys who have been so, complimentary to you guys who've talked about, watching you growing up, guys like Amin, Reed, and then, sharing these moments with them?
Yeah, it's always special to me. I've been on 5 teams, and every one of these moments I've shared with the younger players on our team more so than anything. When I was in Phoenix last year, I think I got 30,000 in Phoenix last year. Ryan Dunn, Oso Iguodaro, you could just I mean, first of all, they always told me, well, I watched you growing up, you the OG, you hear that a lot. And to witness that from your teammates, those dudes really expressed how it made them feel. And it's pretty cool to hear young dudes and see how they came up. So same here, same in OKC, same in Brooklyn, Golden State. When I hit these marks, people been watching me and seeing me, my development, my progression as a player. And for them to be tuned in for this long, I'm just grateful, and I just try to put a show on every time I step out there.
All right, so the Rockets get the win tonight. Kevin Durant, as we said, moving into 6th place on the all-time scoring list, and fun to watch once again here tonight.
I'm interested to know how many points he's really going to end up with at the end of this year, and how close can he get to facing Jordan's record.
Oh, I think
that's going to be really interesting. But yeah, basically with the fact that he's not trying to break any records. He's just doing what is needed for that particular game. Tonight, he wasn't shooting well. He knew that. So he didn't push the issue, for example.
He had 8 assists. All right. Rockets get the win tonight. They beat the Pelicans 119-110. We got the Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs right here on Space City Home Network. Coming to you Tuesday night. It'll be a big one and a fun night here on the network. Hope you're a part of it. We'll see you then.